Hello friends, Tom Downey here. Time for another Cowboys Report presented by The Gill. We get into some news and rumors here. Could Orlando Scandrick go to the Washington Redskins? 2 stars on this one. This is firmly in that rumor category. Scandrick so far is going to take a visit with only the Washington Redskins. More teams I'm sure are to follow, but as of right now, his first visit is to the Washington Redskins on Sunday. The Cowboys made him a post-June 1st cut, which frees up $3 million in cap space. Once we reach June, the cap space until then. It wasn't a huge surprise the Cowboys went ahead and cut Scandrick, but I do want to know from you guys whether or not you think this was the right move by Dallas. Scandrick, as far as I'm concerned, at this point, had become a progress inhibitor. And I do want to know if you guys think it's a yes or a no. Let me know in the comment section, or hit me up on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney. We're going to get into some more news and rumors now. As we go through, you're going to see stars for each of these rumors. Once again, folks, I'm Tom Downey. Follow me on Twitter at WhatGoingDowney. You're going to see stars for each of the rumors here. Here's what they mean. 0 stars is the number of fights Odell Beckham Jr. won against the net. 1 star, a small shred of truth to this rumor. Maybe don't fully buy into it, but there is some kernel of truth behind it. 2 stars means the people are talking firmly in that rumor category. 3 stars means it's pretty likely, not set in stone, but this one should go down. 4 stars means that Dez caught it because, yeah, Dez caught it. It's a fact. That was a catch against the Packers. Let's get to our next rumor. Could David Irving head to the Indianapolis Colts? Lots of speculation on this one, and I think this is the perfect example of people are talking. 2 stars on this one with Irving. So Irving was hit with a second-round tender by the Cowboys. What that means is a team can sign him to an offer sheet. The Cowboys can either match or get that team's second-round pick in return. The Colts stick out as perhaps the most obvious option, and there's been quite a bit of speculation, including some from SB Nation. The Colts have 3 second-round picks and a big need at defensive tackle. Former Dallas linebackers coach Matt Eberflus is the DC as well, so that makes some sense on that end. If the Cowboys want to go out, or if the Colts want to go out, use their highest second-round pick, still have 2 others, and then sign David Irving. So I want to know from you guys, though, would you trade David Irving for the Colts' second-round pick? I'll offer a caveat as well. What if that second-round pick got you Earl Thomas as well? Is that a trade that you would do? Do let us know in the comments section, and we'll discuss Earl Thomas in just a little bit. Next rumor. Are Jerry and Stephen Jones over in the Bahamas right now during NFL free agency? 4 stars on this one, as first reported by Mike Fisher. The Cowboys front office, in terms of the family Jones, are in the Bahamas. And oh, by the way, take a look at the top right of that photo. You see who that is? Yeah. Tony's also in the Bahamas with the Jones family right now. Now, just because they're on vacation, this is more of a workcation. Will McClay, the Cowboys, not GM, but pretty much close to it, is handling things from the start in terms of the on-the-field, in-the-office work. But Stephen and Jerry are still working remotely, so it's not like they've totally forgotten about their jobs and are ignoring the Cowboys, although I think this might be a bit of some bad optics. So I want to know from you guys, does it bother you that Jerry and Steven are in the Bahamas during free agency? I am sure they're still getting their jobs done, but there's been a lot of complaints from the Cowboys fans, from you guys out there. Cowboys haven't done anything. And yet the owner and the GM and the VP are sitting in the Bahamas right now. It's a bit of a bad look. I know they're getting work done, but I think a lot of you guys might not be too big of fans of this one. Let's get to some free agency talk now. The Cowboys have signed no one, but we're now in the second wave, and the Cowboys are bringing players in for visits. First up is Cameron Fleming, the Patriots swing tackle. Is he going to come to Dallas? Well, 2 stars that he'll sign, but he is going to visit on Monday and Tuesday. Fleming, the Patriots swing tackle, has started 20 games the last 4 years as a backup, and he would likely still be a swing tackle for the Cowboys. I think it'd be a good fit. We've seen how bad the Cowboys have been when Tyron Smith has been injured. Getting a guy like Fleming will help solidify that situation at the swing tackle spot, and he'd definitely be an upgrade over Chaz Green. Next up, more offensive line help. Could Marcus Martin come to the Cowboys? If that's a name you've heard of before, it makes some sense. A former 3rd-round pick of the San Francisco 49ers. Martin didn't play this year for the Cleveland Browns, was inactive for every game, but 2 stars on this one because Martin will come in for a visit. Martin is not a guy you want starting, even though he can play guard and center. He strikes me more as the Joe Looney replacement, a younger player, former highly touted guy, can play center and guard, would solidify some of that depth situation, but he is not a starter. It is not a guy you want playing at left guard to open the season. One more guy the Cowboys have shown some interest in is Deonte Thompson, the wide receiver who played for the Bears and the Bills last year. 2 stars on this one as well because the Cowboys have shown interest. but I actually only almost gave this one star because it sounds like Thompson has offers from other teams, and I don't think that the Cowboys are one of those teams to offer him. The Bills want to bring him back. Shows some ability. He's a burner. He can kind of do that well, but he's not really a guy that you would want to replace, say, Terrence Williams. He is more depth at wide receiver. I think the Cowboys, even if it's only in the draft, can do better. The Cowboys are the only NFL team to not sign a free agent so far, but they did lose 2 of them. And both of those guys are going to the Oakland Raiders. 4 stars on this one. Fullback Keith Smith and linebacker Caio Wilber are heading to the Oakland Raiders, has been announced by the Raiders as well. It's worth mentioning, Wilber, the linebacker, not going to start for Oakland. He's going to be a backup special teams guy. Guess who the Raiders special teams coach is? Rich Bisaccia, who was last the Cowboys special teams coach. Keith Smith, meanwhile, a guy the Cowboys wanted to re-sign. They didn't tender him, and then he got a contract that makes him one of the 5 highest paid fullbacks in the NFL. Perhaps you're upset that the Cowboys lost their fullback. Smith played about 12% of the Cowboys snaps last year. I don't think it's really worth a guy to pay him the top 5 money at his position when he plays only 12 snaps, even if it is just a fullback. Next up, the guy you guys all love to talk about, Earl Thomas to the Cowboys. What's the latest on this situation? It's still 2 stars, still in that rumor category. As we reported earlier this week, the Cowboys in Seattle have had trade discussions. But as of right now, there is nothing imminent on an Earl Thomas trade to the Cowboys or to a different NFL team. Seattle has a very high asking price, only a first-round pick. There was a report that said it was a first and a third. That was for the most part rejected, so don't buy that. Seattle wants a first and a third-round pick. But they do want a first-round pick, which, as we mentioned, maybe you can find a way to get a second-round pick for David Irving and send that to Seattle in exchange for Earl Thomas. Maybe perhaps that's a deal that you guys want to pull off. If so, let me know in the comment section. One more rumor, then some guys the Cowboys could sign in free agency. Alfred Morris, is he not going to return to the Cowboys? Well, this one seems pretty likely indeed. 3 stars on this one. Jane Slater says that Alfred Morris is not going to return to the Dallas Cowboys, and frankly, I think that makes some sense. The Cowboys have Ezekiel Elliott, and they have Rod Smith. They don't really need Alfred Morris, who was okay for the Cowboys, a nice spot starter. The Cowboys, though, could look for a rookie to help spell Ezekiel Elliott. And I want to know from you guys, who should be the Cowboys' backup halfback when the season starts next year? Rod Smith is a heart, a like for a rookie, a laughing face for Alfred Morris, and a wow face for a free agent signing. Keep those votes flowing, folks.